You're standing in the driveway, staring at the blank wall where you've been thinking about adding a grill, and the thought that keeps popping up is, what if I spend a lot of money on something that just sits there unused? That hesitation is real. You've probably seen a handful of glossy ads promising restaurant-level performance, but you also know the pain of buying a grill that ends up being too small, too complicated, or just not worth the space it takes. You want to know if this unit will actually fit into your routine, give you the heat you need for those weekend steaks, and not become another expensive eyesore. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The ONLYFIRE GRILLS Premium Inoxen 40-inch built-in grill is positioned as a professional-grade, stainless steel centerpiece for an outdoor kitchen. That alone tells you the target audience: people who have already committed to a dedicated cooking zone, rather than the casual pop-out grill you stash in a garage. The first question to ask yourself is whether you have the real estate for a 40-inch, 5-burner unit. At roughly 885 square inches of cooking surface, you're looking at a footprint that will dominate a medium to large patio or a built-in countertop. If you have a compact balcony, this isn't the right fit. But if you've been planning a permanent outdoor kitchen, think stone countertops, a prep sink, maybe a pizza oven, the Inoxen can slot right in without looking like an afterthought. What makes this grill stand out in its category is the combination of a high-output burner system and a rear infrared burner. The 4 main burners each push out about 14,000 BTU, adding up to 56,000 BTU for the primary cooking zone, while the infrared burner adds another 24,000 BTU focused on searing. In practice, that means you can throw a steak on the grill and get that crusty, caramelized exterior in a couple of minutes, while still having enough space to keep side dishes on a lower heat zone. I've seen a lot of built-in grills that either rely on a single high-output burner, which forces you to move food around constantly, or spread the power thinly across many small burners, which makes it hard to reach true high heat. The Inoxen's layout gives you the best of both worlds: a hot searing zone at the back and 4 evenly distributed burners for burgers, vegetables, or a slow-cooked chicken. Stainless steel construction is another claim that gets tossed around a lot, but there's a reason it matters here. The grill is built from 304 food-grade stainless steel, which is the same alloy you'll find on commercial kitchen equipment. For a home setup, that translates to a surface that resists rust even after a season of rain, and it doesn't develop the tinny look that cheaper gauge steel often shows after a few washes. In real terms, you'll find that cleaning the grates is less of a chore. The stainless steel retains heat well, so you don't need to constantly adjust the knobs to keep a steady temperature. That said, stainless steel can get hot to the touch, so you'll still want to use heat-resistant gloves when you're moving the lid or adjusting the rear burner. Installation is one of those hidden trade-offs that people often overlook until the box arrives. The Inoxen ships fully pre-assembled, which is a relief compared to the typical build-it-yourself scenario where you have to bolt the burners, connect gas lines, and line up the drip tray. However, pre-assembled doesn't mean plug-and-play. Because it's a propane-only model, you'll need a proper liquid propane tank and a professional to hook it up to your gas lines safely. If you're comfortable with a certified plumber or a certified propane installer, the setup can be done in a day. If you're hoping to just snap it onto a portable tank and start grilling, you'll be disappointed. Also, because it's a built-in unit, you'll need a solid countertop or a concrete base that can bear the weight. This grill isn't light. Most users report that the weight contributes to stability. It doesn't wobble when you open the lid, but it also means you can't just move it around if you change your patio layout later. Let's talk about day-to-day usability. Imagine a Saturday afternoon where you've invited a small group of friends over. You start with a batch of chicken wings on the lower burners, set the temperature to a gentle 250 F, and let them smoke a bit while you prep a side salad. Meanwhile, the rear infrared burner is already humming at 600 F, ready for a pair of ribeye steaks you're saving for the main course. In a real kitchen, that separation of heat zones means you're not juggling the same grill surface for both low and slow and high heat tasks. It also reduces flare-ups because the infrared burner doesn't have an open flame directly under the food. The heat radiates through a ceramic element, which many grill masters say gives a more even sear. The downside: the infrared burner takes a few minutes to reach full temperature, so you